Good morning, everybody. I know that some of you were wanting to see a demonstration of the Derwent Inktense pencils that I posted yesterday. These are the Derwent Inktense pencils. I got mine in a set of 72 for $68. I realize that they're very pricey, but I'm going to show you why these pencils are worth as much as they are. Just so you know, a lot of these pencils I've used quite a bit, and I still have a lot left because I like to use mine with water. So I am going to go ahead and show you 5 different techniques that you can use with these pencils. Bear with me, I'll be as quick as possible to make sure that I get through this in a decent amount of time. I want to let you know that I have some swatch cards here in front of me that I keep on my art space when I'm using these pencils so that I can tell the exact color, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. So the first thing that I want to go ahead and show you how to use, obviously you can use these coloring like a regular colored pencil. So if I were to turn my card over and color, I can color like I would with a colored pencil. Not that exciting. It's a very normal color. It's not super impressive. However, the nice thing about these pencils is that they are water soluble. So I like to use mine with water. So I have a little water dish here with some colors in it. And I'm going to show you a few different things that you can do with these pencils to achieve a different effect. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go in with my Derwent Inktense pencil in the color fuchsia. And I have stamped out these images in archival ink. They're just little houses. And I'm going to show you what you can do with these pencils. So I'm going to start by taking my pencil and I'm going to apply the color to the image, as so. Give me a moment. Now, because these are water soluble, I do not have to worry about being super, super precise. And the nice thing about it is that if I want to achieve a gradient effect or a lighter effect, I can achieve that by just not coloring certain areas as much as others. So then I'm going to go in with my pencil, or I'm sorry, with my paintbrush. I have dipped it, soaked it in water, and it is still a little bit damp. And I have just dabbed off the excess color. Now, since it's already damp and I've already colored, I'm going to go ahead and just go in and start to spread my color around. Now, I'm going to spread this out. You guys could see that I just colored like it was a normal colored pencil. But I hope you can see in the video now that as I'm applying my colors, it is just blending out like a watercolor. So that is super exciting for those of you who like the effect of watercolors. They come out beautifully, and you can get very, very dark colors just depending on how much pencil you actually lay down into the area. Now, the second thing that you can do is you can go ahead and take your paintbrush, which I have here, dab off the excess water, and then I can come in with another color. So in this video, I'm going to go ahead and stick with some deeper colors, even though they might not necessarily match, so that you can see them in the video. I'm going to go ahead and go in with a blue. This is called Lagoon. You can see on the end, it's like a dark blue color. I'm going to wipe my pencil on the end of it that is wet. You can see that I have applied color to my paintbrush. And then I am going to go ahead and begin to lay that color down. Now you can see that I barely just stroked my paintbrush onto my pencil when it was damp, and look at the vibrancy of the color. Now I can go back in, I can wipe on a little bit more and get an even deeper color. I can also spread these colors before they dry, so that I can get darker colors in one area, lighter colors in another. I can even go back in, if I do it quickly enough, and get my paintbrush wet and spread the color a little bit around. All right. Now, another technique that you can use is you can apply a gradient color. So I talked to you before about how I can control the color based on how much pigment I put down into the space. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go in once again with my fuchsia pencil. I'm going to color deeply in the areas that I want shadowed. So I'm going to color those very darkly with my pencil. And then the areas where I want highlights, I'm just going to lightly dust my pencil across the surface. Okay. And then I'm going to go in with my dampened paintbrush. I'm going to start in my darkest corner, and I'm going to spread the paint or color out to the areas that I'd like to get into. So I'll go ahead and finish this side for you. You can see that it gives it a beautiful three-dimensional effect when you go in with color like that. Okay, now another thing that we can do that is really cool is we can go in and we can layer colors or we can darken. So if I wanted to, I could go back in and apply some pencil pigment to my paintbrush, and I can darken some of the corners that might need a little bit more layering. I can also go in with a different color. So let me show you that effect. I'm going to go in with my chili red pencil. I am going to apply some pigment to the end of my paintbrush. And since these are archival inked, meaning they're permanent when they dry, I can go ahead and take my brush over an area that has already set and dried and apply pigment to change the color. Forgive me, I'm not being super careful about lines at the moment. I'm just trying to give you an idea of the effect of these pencils. Okay, and now you can see that on my roof, I have more of a two-toned color going on there. Now, one more thing that I would like to show you is that you can blend colors together. So for instance, I will take a piece of scrap paper here. You can see that. I will apply color. So this is the color Ionian Green. I'm going to go ahead and lay down some color. And let's say I want to lighten that green up. I don't have the right color green. I can go in with my golden yellow pencil, apply my color, and then take my paintbrush, which is still damp with water, and mix the two colors together. Then I get a beautiful combination of the two that I can then transfer and paint my picture with. Now that leads me to my next point, and that's that some people find these very difficult to work with just because you can't really fix your mistakes afterward. So for example, let's say I wanted to go back in now that this area has dried and I want to respread my pigment. It's not going to work, okay? That color is going to stay. It's going to stick where it is. It's not going to spread any farther. The nice thing about that is it's beautiful for layering, but if you make a mistake, it's something that you have to fix immediately or you're going to have a problem fixing it afterward. Also, the thing that I wanted to point out to you is that the tones do appear different colors than what is on the end cap of the pencil, and they appear different colors when they are actually wetted. So for example, if I take my mild vermilion pencil and I color, it's going to look almost kind of like a burnt orangey red. Now watch what happens when I apply water to this color. So I'm going to take my dampened paintbrush and I'm going to apply water. Do you notice how it lightens and becomes more of an orange? Let me show you a good example of this transformation with the pencils. So you can see on the end of this pencil, it's a light purple color. I hope you can see that. And it's in the color Deep Rose. So I'm going to make a swatch for you here. You can see it's kind of a dark purple color. Now when I go in with my brush, dampened once again, you're going to see that it becomes very much a pinky fuchsia color. However, it is absolutely beautiful. Okay? So you definitely want to make sure that if you do invest in these pencils that you swatch out the colors and make sure that you know what color you're getting before you lay it down on a piece of artwork that you could potentially ruin and have to begin again. I apologize for the wiggliness of my tripod, you guys. I don't have proper recording equipment as of right now. I just really wanted to make sure that I give you an idea of the different types of coloring strategies that you can use with these inks. They're great for the type of art where you're doing art journaling or, realistically any art that you want to do, because they're not going to spread around. You can layer them, you can use them as watercolors, you can use them as pencils, and they last forever. So I'm going to just really quickly go in and color one of these images for you so that you can see the effect that it has. I'm going to color in this upper image here. I have stamped it in the Ranger Archival ink in the color Plum. Okay, so that's what I've stamped it in. So I know that it's not going to spread with the water. That's why I use the Archival ink. Then I'm going to go in with this, let's see, sepia ink pencil. So that's the amazing thing about this set, is it actually came with different variants of ink color. So I'm going to go in with my pencil. This is how I prefer to color, is just to go in with the pencil in the areas that I want the color to be the darkest and blend out from there. So I'm just going to really roughly go ahead and color this in. Now, for those of you who are not the best at coloring or staying within the lines, these are great because you can manipulate the color before they dry, and you don't really have to color thoroughly in order to get the right effect. So I'm going to go back in and I'm going to blend the color out. Sorry guys, I'm not using the right size paintbrush, so I'm going to have some leakage into my door areas and stuff here. And I'm going to just blend my ink into my house. Now you can see that I'm being very careful to make sure that I apply it so that I'm getting different gradient colors. So I'm not necessarily going to apply it all in one spot at one time. However, see, as I go back, I'm running into a situation where I can't blend an edge evenly. I can then go into another patch of color, grab some ink, and move it over until it's blended. All right, now with fine detailing, it's really nice with these pencils because you can't always guarantee when you go in with a colored pencil with a thick edge that it's going to get in all those tiny little crevices. So I can take a small paintbrush like this one. This is in the size 2. It is a Polar Flow Creative Mark pencil in the size, oh, I'm sorry, I already told you the size 2. And I'm going to grab this color Hot Red on the end of my paintbrush, and I'm going to go in and color my door. Now you can see that I can go in and make that door as light or as dark as I want. I'm sorry that these colors, you guys, are not the most complementary to each other. I'm just kind of grabbing colors so I can demonstrate to you what these pencils are all about. All right, well, there is our half-finished project, and I just wanted to take an opportunity to show you guys these pencils and the fact that they are very much worth the investment that you would make. Trust me, I understand that $68 is a lot to spend on art supplies, maybe a birthday or a Christmas gift. I personally purchased these from Amazon. I know that they are typically a lot more expensive than what I paid. I think I got them on a special deal. However, they came in a really nice set of 72 with a tin case, and I have just about as many color options as you can imagine in this box. I can combine the different colors to make new colors. I can layer the colors to make new colors. I can use the colors on their own. I can use them as pencils or watercolors, which changes the color. So they are very versatile. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that some of you will be able to invest in these amazing pencils sometime in the future. Have a great day, guys.